specific audience that I'd like to talk to here just for a moment. And to begin with, ask this question. And the question is based on a fact. And the fact is that MAGA, as we call it, this movement, this, in my opinion, cult that is led by Donald Trump, is empowered by Christianity. If not for Christianity, MAGA wouldn't exist. MAGA would have been an event on an escalator 10 years ago that we would have talked about for 3 days and it would have been forgotten. But Christianity kept it rolling, specifically Jerry Falwell Jr., who endorsed Donald Trump. Trump's campaign was struggling a little bit with Christianity before Jerry Falwell Jr. endorsed him. And the ironic part of that is Jerry Falwell has never been nor will ever be, most likely, a professing Christian. He was completely faking it. And that's fine if he doesn't want to be a Christian. Cool, I'm all right with that. I'm not condemning him for that. What I think is kind of bad is that Christians who talk about having discernment, who talk about knowing things, that they can just feel something. I've heard all my life, I just feel something in my spirit. Here's a cliche that I've heard, goodness, hundreds of times. I feel a check in my spirit. Where were all the checks in the spirits when Jerry Falwell Jr. was doing his thing? Or for that matter, when Donald Trump opens his mouth? Where's the spirit of discernment when he lies and lies and lies? It's comic book stuff. It's that fictional. It's not like exaggerating a number of money for some project. It's just out of control. Fiction. Recently posted a video where he claims that his uncle taught Ted Kaczynski at MIT. Well, Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, didn't go to MIT, and his uncle died 10 years before Kaczynski was identified as the Unabomber. I mean, this is just Bugs Bunny stuff. It's as real as Warner Brother cartoons, which are really good, by the way. But at least we know they're not real. Here, we're acting as though Bugs Bunny is a real thing, like he's going to knock on our door with his ears sticking up in the air and say, how about some carrots? I mean, it's unbelievable. And so here's the thing that I constantly go to Christians with, because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't get it. I don't. I don't get it. I posted something one time on Facebook and saying a few of these things and saying, I don't get it. One of the Odell family, one of my Odell cousins, showed up and said, yeah, that's right. You don't get it and you never will. We agree on that one because I'll never get this. I will never understand how this guy actually pulls the wool over millions of eyes. He's a con man in classic form. All right. Here's what I want to ask is why? Why do you follow this? Here's what I hear. I'll hear people respond to that with, and these are Christians, I'll hear them respond with, well, we don't like the way he talks. We don't like the way he makes fun of people and mocks people and makes fun of people that he shouldn't, and he bullies people and, the marriages and the divorces and the adulteries, and he's got this woman pregnant and with a porn star and paying off and all. I don't like the stuff on the bus where he's grabbing stuff and talking about how he could get away with it. I don't like all of that. But the economy's good. And that blows my mind. And let me make it clear here. I don't believe that we should make American law according to the Bible or any religion. I don't think we should. If we get caught up in that, I think we're in big trouble. If I talk to 100,000 people about, let's say, eternal security, I'm probably going to get 100,000 different opinions. So my goodness, if we start making laws depending on the Bible, then we're going to have so many different opinions on what a verse says. Let's just not even start that. So I want to make it clear. I'm not proposing let's do the Bible as law. But what I am asking is, how do you put up with all of the moral depravity which points to so much that's wrong with a human being, and then say, but it's all right because my money's good? How is it that your 401k becomes more important than the moral fiber of our country? Because you know what's happening is Donald Trump has given permission to the inhabitants of this country to do exactly what he does. I have never seen in my life, in my almost 60 years, I have never seen the kind of talking back and forth between human beings as I'm seeing now. I've never seen it in my life. Like, we're supposed to evolve and get better. We are devolving and getting worse. We're talking to each other like we've never talked to each other before. It's horrible. In my high school years, in the early 80s, oh my goodness, it was some rough stuff saying it's worse now. Donald Trump has given permission to it. It's okay because if the president does it, so can I. That's the mentality. It's back to money. So my money's okay. First of all, let me just say this. The money thing, it's fiction. Someone recently said on my page, I don't like what he does, this, that, the whole list of things that I just said, plus a few more. But then he said, but utility prices are down. Okay, that's not true, they're up, but whatever. Then he said, gas prices are down. They're not, they're up. And then he said, oh goodness, I don't want to go blank right now. He said, inflation. He said, inflation is down. It's not, it's up. It's actually higher than a year ago, than when President Biden. Remember President Biden, the guy that he couldn't think, he had no mind, it was gone? Yeah, that guy. It was lower under him a year ago. And so this guy's point was, money's better. He's wrong, but money's better. Whoa, woo! Yeah, I don't like all the stuff, but money. It's money. Whoa. Hold on. Christians. Aren't Christians, my memory is we were the sacrificers. We were the givers. We were the ones who said, after the words of Jesus, for what shall it profit a man if he gains the world and loses his soul? Christians, you have sold your soul for your bank account. You might as well go back to Exodus 24. Tear down the pulpit, throw it out the side door, and put the golden calf up on your platform. Because you're worshiping that. You've come to the place where you're checking your 401k more than you're checking your Bible. Money is your God. Because, I don't like, can't deal with, not good, not. Money! God help us. Money is our God. How can we go on? How can we go forward with the gospel that we claim that heals, that delivers, that brings new life, that all of the things that Christians say? But currently, the attention is all on